How can one creator do something borderline illegal and get away with it completely?
The glasses to the freaking background. They have the same background.
But I think I should start.
A few years ago, YouTube made one of the biggest changes to its platform ever. It created YouTube Shorts. Within a few seconds of recording, you could become the most famous person on the app for a little while. You could go from a nobody to a somebody overnight from simply dancing or doing a simple trend. We're talking millions of subscribers overnight. And that would come true with Kiki Kim, who basically got famous on YouTube Shorts after following some simple trends and doing some silly dance videos, like this one.
Enjoy my random music, because sounds copyrighted, and YouTube doesn't really like me.
See, it's pretty simple. So at the surface, her content looks harmless and whatever, like it's just another YouTube short. But once you do a little digging, you'll find out she took some bad turns in order to get to where she is today. So today we'll be discussing the disturbing side of Kiki Kim and why she is not exactly the best person on this platform today. But first, I want to encourage you to sub to my animation channel. Recently we reached 5K and I'm hoping we can reach 10K before I release my first video this summer. Working really hard on it. Subscribe so you don't miss it. And my Discord server, if you want to join my community, is below. With that, let's get started. So Kiki Kim, as I kind of stated before, really blew up on YouTube Shorts due to her ability to follow trends and her ability to make kind of silly dance videos that catch people's attention. She uses bright colors, crazy expressions, and she follows pretty viral trends, which helps her gain lots of traction. Some would find her videos annoying because she uses some very obnoxious sounds, because some obnoxious sounds go viral, like this one.
That'll do it. You don't have to worry about me.
Though I know I shouldn't be talking because when I was 11, I thought I was the next Ariana Grande and made about an entire album on GarageBand, and it is a painful listen. Yeah, I'm not playing any more of that. It gets so much worse. If you scroll through her videos, they look harmless, like she's not doing anything bad. The problem is, though, that she completely ripped off another creator. And I'm not going to be a hypocrite, so shout out to the original creator of this video format idea, the one who firstly exposed her. Here's her channel here. Now, moving on, there's a difference between following trends and completely ripping off another creator. I know I'm going to get a lot of comments defending her, saying, she's just following the trends, you jerk. Why are you targeting her? Because I get it. Trends are fun. It's an easy way to go viral, and you can do them with your friends. But this girl is literally ripping off another creator basically completely. Like, there's no trend following here. It's just straight up ripping off their content. And even though she amasses millions of followers, she hasn't been called out before, probably because people haven't noticed. The other creator she copies has a lot of followers too, but overall, it's likely people just assume one of them is following a trend and the other one hopped on that same trend. Sadly, that is not the truth. She has 16 million subscribers. This is not acceptable to be ripping off another creator, whether they're larger or smaller than her. She is large enough that she could come up with her own stuff. So with that, let's unpack some of the things she's ripped off from another creator. Sadly, Kiki Kim is far from the only one who's ripped off people in the past on Shorts. This happens all the time, but we should start off by calling off such a large creator, so hopefully other smaller channels will follow in her footsteps, and less people will blatantly steal others' content, because this happens all the time on YouTube, and it's so annoying, and rarely do these people get called out. So shout out to the original creator who exposed her in the first place. I feel like my channel in the future will be calling a lot more people like this out, a lot more of these large Shorts creators, because they get away with this a lot, because they can just post, and the comments calling them out will get swept under the rug, while the random brain rot comments that YouTube Shorts is infamous for will rise up. And if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. The point is, no matter their size, they should be held accountable when they blatantly steal others' content. So I think today we should start with Kiki Kim. If you know any small or large creator that's blatantly stealing content like Kim, please comment them below and I will make sure to see their channel and if I want to make a video on it. There's a lot to unpackage here, so I hope you have a longer attention span than the average TikToker, meaning I hope you have a longer attention span than 20 seconds. Because, like, I get it. There's so many videos you have to make every day if you're a shorts creator. You have to do so much. It's so hard. It's the hardest labor ever. No one understands it. It's literally the hardest job on earth. But at the end of the day, you still gotta make original content. At least you gotta put some effort into making some type of original content. Here's the first clip from the original creator that Kim would completely rip off. Obviously, all the credit goes to this creator. This is just kind of pathetic in my opinion, but here it is. Here's a skit made about a few months ago, and you can see the guys making a joke about how we used to draw the sun in the corner of the page. It's supposed to be nostalgic, and here she is. I checked the dates, and hers is a few days ago. His was posted months ago. She literally ripped it off word for word and didn't give him any credit. I found this myself. No one made a video about specifically this clip. If you research most of her videos, if you Google a few words that she says in her skits, you can just find an older version. She basically stole all of them. Like, I was doing the research for this video, I came across this video, and I was like, I bet there's an older version. So I Googled, and I found this skit. So she just looks them up, blatantly rips them off, and doesn't give them any credit. In a minute, we're going to get into the creator that she's ripped off and plagiarized multiple times, and it's pretty pathetic. But I firstly want to say, I know I'm going to get the comments about her just following trends. She's not just following trends, she's just blatantly ripping these people off word for word, often even using their backgrounds, like their exact backgrounds. She's not following trends because she's not doing anything original in these videos. She's just stealing their work and not even bothering to credit them. So if you don't believe me, literally just look up one of her skits, Google a few of the words she uses, and you'll likely be able to find a skit from an earlier time. And of course, yes, once again, she didn't credit them. So now we're going to get onto the creator that she has copied many, many times, Mermaid Scales. Mermaid Scales is a very, very beloved skit YouTuber. She is very, very loved on TikTok as well as YouTube. She has a massive following as well, and she does follow trends, but overall her content is usually original, unlike Kiki Kim. So Kiki Kim probably saw some of the views Mermaid Scales was getting and decided to blatantly copy her work. Here's one example. Sure, maybe you might be thinking right now, it's just one example. We all have done that once in our lives as creators. Well, there's a lot more examples. But as you can see with this one, she's literally doing every single thing Mermaid Scales does. And what do you know? She never even mentions Mermaid Scales in her video, nor even bothers to credit her when she's blatantly ripping off her video. Strange. Here's another example of her literally copying everything, from the facial expressions to the movements. It's like she just watched her video 10 times and was like, I know exactly what to do now. Like, can't you just be a little original? Newsflash, putting on a new outfit doesn't make the content original when you've copied them literally word for word and not even bother to credit them. Once again, not that crediting them would make it right, but it would at least let them know that, like, you are aware that you're kind of being influenced by their content. Influenced is a very easy word for this situation. And there are so many more examples of her ripping off this content creator. Here's another example.
Kika. The glasses to the freaking background. They have the same background, like the sky with the cloud.
And considering she makes videos literally every day, I don't even know how many videos she's copied in total. These are the only recorded examples, but I am sure it is so much more than that. Imagine your entire career being built off of just blatantly stealing other people's content. I am not kidding. If you Google some words from about 98% of her skits, you can just find an example from a small creator with a fraction of the likes. I'm talking, she has 200,000 likes and they have 2K likes on a skit she completely ripped off. It's unfair and it's disgusting. And it's possible Mermaid Scales doesn't know about this, or she just doesn't want to talk about it publicly, and that's completely fine. It's her decision. But overall, I think it's disgusting that this girl has just been blatantly stealing her content for so long. And once again, we have no idea how many. I just pulled up 4 examples. There are probably dozens, if I had to guess, way more than dozens. Because everything she makes is literally just stolen from someone else. And she gets away with it because people like her so much. I don't understand why, because she's just another one of the million skit creators. Like, at least find someone original to like. But most of the comments under the video exposing her, or multiple of the videos exposing her, showing she's blatantly ripping off these other creators, were simply saying things like, I really like her, but I'm going to choose Mermaid Scales and stuff. And it's like, why do you like someone who's built their career from ripping off other people? That's not a good person to look up to or enjoy watching. It never ceases to amaze me about how if you seem like cute and funny, you get away with literally anything. This is literally borderline illegal to completely plagiarize another creator's work and make thousands of dollars off of it. Like, this is borderline illegal. She should not be doing this. And the fact that she's just been getting away with it for so long is crazy. I don't know how many creators she's stolen from total. But once again, this is based off of my opinion. I think the far majority of her videos are definitely stolen, because within literally 3 minutes of researching, On like the third video I was watching of hers, I was able to figure out right away it was plagiarized. I saw it and I was like, she did not make this up. I Googled the first 3 words she used. I found an earlier one made months ago, and it was like, okay, whatever, girl. And I know I'm going to get the comments that say, it's harmless, she's just being influenced, you're overreacting. Well, copying someone completely, if you're a bigger creator, can actually take the views away from them because overall, you're just stealing their idea. I'm not saying this directly affected the video, but the video she stole it from has 27,000 views, and she has almost 5 million on the Sun video. So I don't know for sure if it directly affected that, but when you steal someone's idea, they're less likely to watch that other video because they've already seen it on the larger creator's channel. And she also has posted the Sun one multiple times over the month. Like, she not only steals the content, but she recycles it. She literally posts the same stinking videos over and over and over and over again. So not only does she steal, but she's also not original at all, and is basically like a content farm at this point. I honestly don't think it gets any lazier than this. Is there any way to make content any lazier? Other than changing her outfits when she rips off these videos, she doesn't make it any different. Usually the wording is basically the same. Sometimes she'll change the year to update it. If it's a skit joking about comparing 1980s kids to 2000s, she'll change the year to 2025, but she doesn't actually change anything other than her clothes. And yeah, so she's just ripping everything off, and it just amazes me that she's able to become bigger than Mermaid scales, bigger than all these creators that made the original content in the first place. And I'm not sure exactly how much original content she makes. Once again, I don't know if she makes any original content, but some of the videos she makes are just straight brain rot. I mean, her content isn't really that good. Some of the skits that are good are obviously just blatantly plagiarized. I mean, her channel overall is just one huge pathetic content farm. And yes, the dates are clear that this isn't a big misunderstanding. Other people aren't copying her, she's blatantly copying them. I know as content creators we're always influenced by people, don't get me wrong. There's a huge difference between influencing or being influenced by and just ripping off. And it's clear that she's just completely ripping off this other creator. Like, I know you're making a ton of money, you got the diamond play button, you have over 10 million subscribers, you're over halfway to 20 million in fact. Is it that hard to just hire someone or make the ideas up yourself instead of just cheaply ripping off someone else? Why would you do this? Why can't you just do the bare minimum? While researching for this video, I came across so many videos of hers where I was like, I've seen that trend a million times. Maybe a few years ago I used to watch shorts, but then I downloaded TikTok and I prefer TikTok, even though I don't really watch TikTok that much. Overall, I just watch long form videos. I don't really like TikTok that much or shorts, but nothing against anyone who does. I understand it. It's entertaining and sometimes I'm in the mood for it. Sometimes when I want video ideas, I go on TikTok. Usually I just stay on YouTube, but I understand it if you watch it, enjoy it. Sometimes, in fact, I'm in the mood. It makes sense. But it just doesn't make sense to me why she can't come up with her own ideas. There's already so many trends going on that she could hop on. She already does. Like, why do you need to blatantly rip off other people? One reason I think she does it is because she knows she can get away with it. It's just so easy. When you're on shorts, you always have a different audience when you release your videos because shorts are so random. Like, they're not like long form. Your core audience doesn't watch the videos. It's more just spread out to millions of people. She gets millions of views a video. She knows that even if she was caught, she gets so much views per video, her haters wouldn't be able to keep up with it. There'd be constant new comments. She's just too big to get hate and to care about the hate. To put it simply, no one's gonna care. No matter what anyone does, she's just gonna keep copying people and getting away with it. And that's what makes this situation so frustrating. With other TikTokers or YouTubers such as Clara Dow or others, it's easier to call them out. Sure, they're big, they have millions of followers, but they're not quite as big as hers, so their comment sections, they'll notice the hate and they'll maybe change or react to it or apologize. Well, Clara didn't apologize, but you get the idea. They'll usually respond to it, but she's not gonna because she can't. Like, she doesn't need to. She's so popular and she gets so much views. She's so massive. She doesn't need to worry about the hate because it won't affect her. And copying other people's work is far from just a shorts problem. I know I seem like I'm hating on shorts. There's plenty of shorts YouTubers I enjoy watching. I'm not gonna like hate on shorts this entire video, obviously. There's plenty of long form videos that steal other people's content. For example, when I release videos, sometimes I'm inspired by other people and sometimes I feel like I take too much of their work. So usually when I watch a video, I only watch like the first minute to eliminate bias of me just copying them. For example, the whole Clara Dow situation began with a comment. Someone commented I should check it out, so I did, and I found Kelly's video, but I only watched about 1 or 2 minutes of it. That's why I didn't discuss the whole male abuse. She mocks male abuse in one of her videos, but I didn't discuss that because I didn't get over there. I only saw the part where she discusses the video and why it's problematic, because I didn't want to automatically have like this bias to copy her. So I only watched one small part of it because I want to kind of go off of that on my own without accidentally copying her work. Because sometimes you kind of accidentally copy someone. I've watched videos before and then I rewatch mine and I'm like, yeah, I kind of said what they were saying. Don't get me wrong, a large part of my videos I just come up with the topic myself, but sometimes I do get it from other videos and I just don't like that feeling of like seemingly copying their work without giving them enough credit, or, you know, it seems like stealing their work to me. But don't get me wrong, Kiki definitely knows what she's doing. She's not, oopsie, I just saw a video and I accidentally copied. No, she knows what she's doing. She knows she's completely ripping them off, but she knows she can get away with it, so she's gonna keep doing it. She'll probably never stop. And partly why I'm so annoyed by this is because I know what it's like to feel my work being stolen. There's like these little AI channels that always copy my videos, and most of them don't get a ton of views, but some of them get like a decent amount of views, like 10K, 20K, when they literally like steal my exact thumbnail or steal parts of my thumbnail. We're not talking similarities. We're talking literally the same exact thumbnail style, the same exact topic, and basically the same title. Then I'll click on the video and it'll be as if they asked AI to reword my script. Like they say every single thing I say except change up a few words, and they just blatantly steal my work. They don't give me any credit. I'll see in the corner of the video like my bird or something, like I'll see signs that they just blatantly stole it from my channel. And it's just like, can't you do your own work? It's not that hard. And I'm not saying I made up my thumbnail styles. Of course, I've been heavily influenced by other creators. It's just when you do the same topic, same exact script, same thumbnail, same title, same everything, it gets a little bit like, yeah, you're kind of just copying me at this point. In fact, I even found one channel that used an AI voice that even had, like, I made a little GarageBand music in the background because I can't use the copyrighted music and I just enjoy making random songs on GarageBand. And I found this same exact music playing in the background. So they just blatantly stole like my video clips from my video. They couldn't even do the research to find it themselves. They found it, used my music, everything, and it was just like, oh my gosh. It was literally a real life example of the kid that goes, can I borrow your homework? I'll make it look different. And then they literally just copy your homework word for word. That's the exact feeling. Because reminder, you can follow trends, you can follow topics, but just copying someone word for word in the script and the thumbnail and the title and everything is just kind of like, you gotta eventually develop your own style and you gotta be creative on your own. Once again, obviously, I feel like I have to say this a million times because it's gonna get taken out of context, but yes, obviously, if I do a topic, feel free to do it. It's just don't copy me word for word. Like, I can literally remember everything I said when I watch your video. I'm like, oh yeah, I said that. I said that too. I said that too. It's possible the creator she's currently ripping off, Kiki Kim, the creator she's ripping off doesn't know about this or just hasn't made anything response about it, but they haven't really discussed it publicly. But man, it must just be a slap in the face, especially because she's so successful doing this. It's like, once in a while when you see someone copy someone and then they flop completely, it's like, haha, serves you right. But she's so successful doing this and it's just so painful. It's so painful that someone that does this, does zero work, just rips off someone else completely, can't do the bare minimum for what they get paid for, probably tens of thousands of dollars a month, way more than that probably. Who even knows how much she's making? Tons of money. She can't even come up with her own ideas. There's literally no excuse why she couldn't come up with her own ideas. You are rich from filming TikTok dances and following simple trends with your friends. I'm sure you have the decency to pay someone if you can't come up with your own ideas, because it's clear you aren't capable since you literally just follow trends and steal people's content. Once again, there's nothing wrong with getting famous on YouTube off of doing simple dances and trends, but the problem starts when you are blatantly stealing other people's work just to make more money and just you can't bother to even credit them. And obviously, I don't know her personally. I don't think she's a terrible person. Like all my videos, there's only like one person ever that I think is an absolutely terrible person. Starts with an A, and I'm not sorry. I think they're a terrible person. Legitimately, they are a horrible, horrible person, and I hope their downfall is slow and painful. But anyway, back to this. I don't think she's a terrible person. Rarely do I ever think that, obviously. I just think that she needs to be less lazy because, once again, it's not like she's doing 30-hour-long video essays on the fall of the Russian Empire. Like, she has pretty simple stuff. Like, she's making pretty simple stuff. Once again, nothing wrong with that, but it's just not that hard to not copy it. My brain still can't comprehend. She has 16 million subscribers and she can't make original content. Like, she can't just not rip off someone completely. It's blowing my mind. That's a huge channel. Bigger than so many of the YouTubers you can think of. Think of 10 YouTubers. She's bigger than all of them. I bet you, other than Mr. Beast, if you thought of him, she's not bigger than him. But she's huge. Like, I just don't understand how someone can be this huge and just rip off other people. It's just so sad. Sadly, with the growing green screen kids and reaction channels, it's true that the saying, work smarter, not harder, is true. Because if you can just steal people's content, which, don't get me wrong, once again, plenty of reaction channels don't. It's just the ones that don't credit. But if you just blatantly steal people's content and you get tons of views, it's just kind of like, I mean, congrats, I guess. Enjoy your money. And kind of going off what I said earlier, I'm not targeting a certain gender, race, or anything like that when it comes to this copying problem. She's just one of the first people that I've discovered that I have literal evidence of copying people. But once again, drop them in the comments if you know any large creator like her that is doing the same thing and they deserve to be called out. Make sure to let me know because I will definitely look into it. Because she knows what she's doing. She's larger. If she steals their videos, she can easily get tons of views on it and they won't. Like, it's an easy way to make tons of money. Is it right? No, it's not. So that's why I made this video, to call her out, and I hope more people do so in the future because overall, this just should not be allowed on YouTube. She should not be allowed to blatantly steal other people's work, no matter their size, whether they're as big as Mermaid Scales, who, by the way, is still smaller than this girl, just to show you how massive this girl is and how she literally should have no excuse. No matter your size, there's no excuse, but when you are this big, it's even worse because you have the money. Like, you have literally zero excuses, and overall, you cannot make any excuses in this situation. It doesn't matter if they're a bigger content creator that you're stealing from, you're still stealing it. If they're smaller, you're even more pathetic because you're stealing from someone that literally can't do anything about it. While some of her content I will pass off as trends, a large chunk, basically most of her skits, are just copying other people. So overall, the message of this video is, if you want to succeed on YouTube morally, please be original. Is it easier to succeed if you blatantly rip off other people and take the easy way? Yes, sadly it is, but at the end of the day, you're just losing the entire purpose of being a YouTuber. Just create your own content, and if you are influenced by others, please just credit them. It's not that hard. It takes 2 seconds. So overall, just be original. That's the main message of this video. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe, and check out my other content. See you in the next one.